Welcome to Bandwidth and Banter. We are in for a very, very, very exciting interview.
I know, right?
We are all very hyped, very excited. This is another really special one, and
this person we have on the show today is one of our dearest, oldest friends, the channels, and she's a wonderfully talented and wonderfully raw, amazing person. We love her dearly, and you all know her quite well. As you can see, I'm using her merch right now to enjoy this delicious coffee, and that's what she is. She's like a delicious coffee that brightens your day. Isn't that right,
yes,
isn't that right?
What a beautiful descriptor! It has been so magical to watch her growth and the things that she's achieving in such a short amount of time. It has been such a joy to be able to be a part of that and watch her grow. Like, truly deserves it.
I know, right?
And I cannot express the amount of excitement. You know?
Yes, it's super stoked. She's so talented and just has this raw, boisterous, infectious personality.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a lot of fun. And so that's who we're having on, and we've described her to death. But before we continue on, before we actually unveil, I mean, I guess I've kind of made it obvious who we're having on. But just to remind everybody, tonight is special Diablo 4 streams. Druid and I, and Banana Tom, and several others, OG Blaze, and a bunch of people tonight and throughout the weekend are going to be having bonus streams. Lots of Diablo 4 content. It won't interrupt. Obviously, it's not interrupting this, and it's not going to interrupt D&D tomorrow night. So, but be sure to tune in, and we're going to have a blast. But right now is one of our most favorite people in the world, and we're honored to have her on the show. Everyone, please welcome the lovely and wonderful ArtologyInk. Hello.
What's up?
Well said. Oh my gosh. Can you lean back just a bit? I want to see your shirt. That's look at him. He's so cool. Is that one you created? Is that some of your own merch, or is that?
Yeah, I airbrushed this.
Wow. You airbrushed it onto the shirt, or you airbrushed?
Yep, it's painted on the shirt.
Wow.
Heck yes.
This is my first airbrush shirt that I've ever done.
Right. So see, she, just like I said, enormously talented. I've watched
What's
so
up,
many
Daddy
of her.
Dagoth?
I know, Dagoth's here. So just an enormously talented person, just fantastic. It's so many different mediums. I'm just blown away. But I got to be careful and not get ahead of myself, because I think some of our questions entail those things. Do you, so you ready to get this show on the road? You ready to get these questions started? Okay. All right.
Let's go.
Starts with you, Stormy.
All right. I guess it is me. All right. Kicking off the questions. Artology, please share with us a boring fact about yourself.
A boring fact. Oh my God, that's the first question, Stormy? Really?
I find it hilarious and not ironic at all that this question is harder for her than most of our other guests. Normally, this is an easy question, but because she's such a unique and you know, kind of outside the box kind of person, this is actually a tough question for her, and I think that's wonderful.
The only two things that I could think about is I prefer to be a hermit, or I don't like driving.
Okay, let's track on that. You have that in common with Druid, right, Druid?
I don't drive at all.
Okay, yeah, see, I've had to drive a ton in my life, but I hate driving. The last meeting I went to that I had to drive an hour and a half away, it took me about 30 minutes to stop like shaking.
Wow.
I don't like it. And it's not the driving, it's the other people. If there was nobody on the road, I'd be fine.
So that's interesting. You kind of just are. I mean, I can totally get like why you'd be scared of other drivers because my gosh, I've been driving a long time, and over the decades that I've been driving, it's gotten scary. There are so many more people on the road, and most of them, they shouldn't be on the road. I don't know about most of them.
No, they shouldn't.
But a
Most
lot
of
of
them
them
should
should be on
not.
the road. Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah. I don't drive for the sake of everybody else. So I'm doing my part to make the road safer for all of y'all by not driving. You're welcome. You're welcome.
You're welcome. And what's funny is I even got a fantastic car. I love my car. My car is gorgeous. I am in love with my car. It's got everything I could have ever wanted in it, but I still don't want to drive it.
You'll just go out there and sit in it. Oh, I love my car.
No, don't even do that because I like being a hermit. So
So
it just
I guess
sits
those
there
two
and
things,
looks pretty.
yeah, they tie into each other, huh? I want to be a hermit and I don't like to drive. So I got a pretty car though.
Yep.
I think the next question's to you, Druid.
Yes. All right. So, Toxic Pixie, how did you pick your Twitch name? What was the inspiration?
We're referring to
And if you wanna
Artology
delve
Inc.,
in-
obviously.
We're so in regarding to Artology Inc., but if you also want to talk a little bit about Toxic Pixie, feel free.
Okay, so for those of you who know me, Toxic Pixie's my character. She's my OC. I've had her since I was like maybe 12. So my first Twitch account was Toxic Pixie. I did a few streams on there, but I decided I wanted to make a business out of my art and make streaming eventually, hopefully, a career. So I figured I needed a more professional business name. I didn't want to just like make a website, Toxic Pixie. Like that's it. I don't feel like that works too well. So my husband, he does a lot of etymology with words. So ology is the root word for the study of. So we did art. So it's basically the study of art, and then INK, so ink, which references art supplies, but it's also incorporated. So
Clever. I love it.
Beautiful.
See, that's the neat thing. When you have people with complex and creative minds, they come up with the most fascinating naming conventions. And
Right.
I think that's wonderful. I've been sitting here. Somebody asked in chat, "Who's that wonderful person in the top window?" Although
that was Archeros.
that is Archeros. So I think he's just being he or she.
He, yeah.
I think he was being ironic there, but yeah.
Yeah, he was. He knows who I am. He's one of my prime supporters.
Right on, right on. Well, thank you for joining us, and thank all you guys for joining us for this awesome interview. We're gonna keep going with it. I think the next one's mine, right? Oh yeah, this is a good one. Okay, so I realize with this question that I'm about to ask you, Artology, you haven't played the game, but you've seen it played enough, I think, to maybe answer this question. If you need a little help, we can try and help. But what Dungeons and Dragons character class and or race do you consider yourself to be in real life?
Whatever druid is.
A druid?
Yes.
Why do you say that?
Well, as far as I've learned from the character like playouts that I've watched, I watch you guys and then I watch Critical Role as well. So obviously I've never played myself. But basically, as far as I know, druids have elemental connections, and can harness magical abilities. So those are two things that I've like. My character, Toxic Pixie, she's a pixie, so and
right.
I consider her to be very close to the earth. So
Right.
that's what I would say.
It makes
And
sense, yeah.
Me in real life, I'm all about nature. I'm sure you guys know this. I can't even kill a spider, a fly. I can't do none of that. So
Oh wow, that's awesome.
I am one with all things.
You are a beautiful fey creature.
Yes, yes.
That's a great answer, isn't it? I love it. All right.
What drew you to Twitch?
So in my crazy high school days, or even middle school, I guess, when I was a crazy child, I found Twitch a while back, and I actually did gaming streams with two streamers that I don't even think exist anymore. It was just a low level, like they had maybe a couple viewers at a time. It was just more us hanging out and playing Path of Exile.
Wow.
I would stay up all night and play Path of Exile with these people. But
you should
I was
so totally
getting,
play
like,
Diablo 4
bored.
with us then.
Huh?
You should so totally play Diablo 4 with us then.
I was actually considering that.
Well, that would be amazing.
I seen that today, and I seen you're playing with other people, and like,
it's a free open beta this weekend, so you are absolutely invited. Yes, just okay.
Okay, maybe I will.
All right. Anyway, go on.
Hang out with me.
I love you. I love you, people. So, and then I was like watching a lot of YouTube and movies and stuff, and just like in my evening times, and I was just starting to get bored with it all. So I was like, oh, I remember I used to be on Twitch. There's a lot of cool people on Twitch. And so I started searching around. That's when I found you, Stormy. Just searching through the Twitchospheres, and after hanging out with you guys for, I think it was probably about a month, then you guys finally convinced me to try streaming my art. So
yeah. I'm so happy for you. I mean, I am not surprised by where you're at right now. This is exactly what I believed, and because I think you're amazing and talented, and I can't wait to see what the future holds as you continue this amazing journey as an art master on Twitch.
Yes. I remember when you made affiliate too, and we were all so excited.
Yeah.
it was amazing. And then you guys all subbed to me, like literally the second I got affiliated.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
So on this topic, what did family and friends think when you told them that you planned on streaming?
Well, my husband thought it was a great idea. He was just worried that as long as he stayed off camera.
Okay. All right.
But he does a lot of he uses YouTube a lot, and so he watches like live streamers on YouTube, I guess. So he sees how successful some people are that offer absolutely nothing but content. So like I'm offering my art, and they're just offering like like some of the people they watch is like they just talk about the law basically. So they're just offering that pure content, and he sees how profitable they could be. So he thought, in combination with my art skills plus just I guess me, I don't know, that I would be able to be successful. My mom thinks that somebody's gonna come to my door with an axe and murder me. And then my dad, I don't really think he has an opinion. I mean, he's proud of what I've been doing, so is my mom, but my mom's still all paranoid. But I don't know if you guys seen, I finally got her to come on stream a couple times. And
really?
so I think she's coming accustomed to it, realizing the communities that we have, that it's not like that.
Right.
And then toxic people like that get kicked out of our communities immediately because none of us want that. So.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to have an uplifting, encouraging, inspiring experience, offer that to people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I think she's starting to see that after she was on stream with me and seeing all the cool people that came through, and,
Yeah.
she didn't see any, I'm going to find you. Like,
Yeah.
yo, Octopi, what's up?
All right. So I think it's back to you now, Druid.
What struggle did you deal with when you first started streaming?
I was on a laptop.
Okay.
I was doing digital art on a laptop, and I would be sitting on my couch with a box with my laptop on top of the box, and then I would be sitting up like this with cross-legged on the couch with my big drawing tablet, and so everything's wobbly, the dogs are jumping up.
That was before you had a camera, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I didn't have a camera. I did not have a good mic. I literally had like nothing, but that's why I tell people, if you want to start streaming, if you have at least a computer, you can do something, because I managed to pull it off.
Yes.
I didn't have a desk. I didn't have anything.
Yes.
So I would say it's still a struggle, because I still don't feel like I have my setup right. Like, now it's my chair that's bothering, or my camera breaks, or, but I think that just comes with it. It's always adding to the stream,
Yes.
adding to the processes. I really would like to fix all of my overlays, but time.
Right.
That is a thing. That is a thing for sure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So here's a slightly, it's still kind of related to streaming, but curious. Obviously over time, as your art stream has evolved, you've gotten to a point where you almost never stream games anymore. Do you ever feel like there was a sharp divide between the popularity of your gaming streams compared to your art streams?
Honestly, the last few times I've played games,
Mm-hmm.
I have way less viewers.
Right.
I think people know me for my art now, and so they would rather be around to support me with art. Now, with that said, my regulars, I guess that's what I would call them, my regular viewers,
Mm-hmm.
the ones that are always there every time,
Mm-hmm.
they still come and hang out with me when I'm playing games, but they'll even tell me they'd prefer if I did art.
Right. Makes
So.
sense. Makes sense.
Mhm.
How does that make you feel? Like, are there times when you miss gaming on stream?
Oh yeah,
Hmm.
I miss games a lot sometimes, but especially since I'm trying to make a business out of this, I'm also somewhat treating it like a business.
Right.
Even the days I don't want to stream, I stream regardless, because for one, I have craft shows that I'm going to need art to sell at.
Right.
And two, I just want to maintain my consistency. So I've been more focusing on that with my limited time I already have.
Right. Right.
Now, if I gain time somewhere, like when I finish school, or when my job's less demanding, I might want to add some games back in.
Mhm.
I really want to play Hogwarts.
Right. Right.
I really want to play that game so bad.
So on that topic, I do want to applaud you one more time for the fact that you have such a well-rounded and faceted system for your art streams, right? You're not just streaming your art. You're not just streaming one kind of art. You're streaming multiple types of art, and you have this whole side hustle thing where you're taking the art and you like you said, you're going to these craft shows. You're selling your art, so you have. It's brilliant that you have these. You're growing these multiple income streams. Mm-hmm. And I just want to applaud you for being wise enough to and having the dedication and commitment and drive to keep doing that. That is a great example. I want to be
my own boss.
Yes.
I don't do well taking orders. So.
Right. Right.
I'm really good at taking orders. I get them right most of the time. Let's go.
Most of the time.
That was a play at my job. That was a
I
joke.
got you. I got you.
Yep. Sorry.
That's right.
Are you enjoying your streams more? So that actually basically answered. We had basically the same question.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. I feel bad now. Tell you what, why don't we swap it then, and you can go with the very next one.
Actually, so I do. Actually, I'm gonna ask a different question.
Ooh,
that we
okay,
haven't
right on,
added.
right on.
So you do plan on trying to make streaming one of your main forms of income?
That's the dream.
That's the dream.
Right.
Actually, let me pull up the message really quick.
While she's looking, I saw one of your kiddos walk by.
Yep.
That's her children, her puppers. So for all you folks who love doges on screen, check out her stream. They come and visit all the time.
I have a dog cam too.
So when it comes to your plans for becoming a full-time streamer, do you have like a goal set for achieving that, or are you just kind of waiting to see how like this new work schedule goes? Like,
It's mostly going to come down to when I can have a consistent income from the combination. Of course, it doesn't have to all come from streaming because I'm going to be doing like the craft shows and stuff too. But I have to have, like, I've established my life. Like, I have a mortgage. You know, I've made my adult decisions in life, and I like those decisions, and I'd like to keep it that way.
Yeah.
So, in order for me to be a full-time streamer, I would have to have a consistent income. And I hate saying it like that because I like streaming I don't like to talk about the money while I'm streaming.
Sure.
But that's just the fact of the matter, is that I would have to have a consistent monthly income to where I'm comfortable knowing that I will always at least make this bare minimum amount no matter what, and then anything else is a bonus.
Would you ever consider like branching out and doing like the YouTube thing where you're doing like time-lapse videos and like those quick shorts? You know how people do those art videos where they like have the time-lapse videos and shit where it just appears that like super quick. Like,
I don't know if you guys have seen, but I've done I have actually done, I think, 4 or 5 of those.
Ooh.
I just don't have time to render videos right now. Like, I have the software and everything. I did one where I did like a wand and then tapped the canvas and made my painting appear on
Those
it.
are on your YouTube?
No. So YouTube, guys, is just a dump site right now.
Okay.
Since I don't have time to edit out the videos.
Right.
It's basically just me dumping my VODs into YouTube so I don't lose them. And then I have like some digital ones where I'll have the sketch as a layer over top of like the finished drawing, and then I'll erase the sketch layer to reveal the finished drawing. So I've done a couple of those, but until I have more time.
I understand. Absolutely.
Can't dedicate to that.
Yeah. Gotcha. Well, since we're going to jump around a slight bit, I think... Now we'll stick to the question schedule because I don't want to throw us both off.
I mean, follow your heart, Stormy.
Well, I was just thinking that we kind of teased that she has a new job or is about to have a new job. So, and I feel like I want to explore this further because it's fascinating to hear if, like, all right, is it all right to announce that you have a new job that you're going to be starting soon? Isn't that what you had shared with us? And it's official, right?
Huh?
It's official, right?
It's official.
What day?
Thursday.
Start Thursday. Wow. And what else? I think you also shared with us another cool tidbit that made you happy that you did today.
I sent my bosses a 1-week resignation letter.
Well done. And
nobody's called me or emailed me because with this company, the last 3 people that have resigned, they've just called them back and said, well, you're fired, so bye. So I guess it's good news that I'll get that last check because I haven't gotten a call or an email saying you're just gone. So
right on.
So I prefer not to have a gap in a paycheck. That's
Sure.
my entire goal.
Understandable. So
But yeah, that was exciting. I got to hit send on a resignation letter to this crappy ass company.
fantastic.
Perfect.
That's wonderful news. And the reason I wanted to jump to this topic is because we're hoping that this new schedule will free up more time. Do you believe that this new schedule will free up more time so you can do more of these things that we've talked about that you would like to do to improve the streaming business and potentially, YouTube and whatever else that you want to do?
We'll have to see, but I'm pretty sure, based on what I know about the job already, is that yes, it will let me have a little bit more time to myself. And I'll actually be able to sleep again. So
that's a big
I
deal.
might have heightened focus that I can actually put more effort into something like that. Whereas like when I get off work now, I haven't slept and I just worked a whole shift and I have to do schoolwork. And then by the time I'm done with that, there's no focus left. And I don't want to do something half-assed the first time. So
yes.
And you were sharing with us
understand
that because your job is an on-call job, that you're stressed all the time and you don't get sleep because of that. And since you won't be on call anymore, you can get rid of that monkey off your back.
I could turn my phone off.
What? That's amazing.
I could turn my phone off, people. I haven't been able to turn my phone off in 8 years.
8 years?
8 years.
Wow.
My phone has been on 24/7.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Beautiful.
So good.
Let's get back on the track with these other questions then, if you don't mind. I feel like I've kind of hogged some of the questions there, Druid, but it's okay.
I took a derailment too, and I'm,
How dare you derail from your own podcast?
That's
ours.
So.
What? We're Stormy and I are also like testing our abilities to like come up with questions on the fly and trust the flow.
Exactly.
I feel like
That's
this is
it.
Also,
trust the flow.
This is also a really good exercise for us. So, what do you love most about streaming? What is the thing? Like, what is it for you?
That's a tough question because I already love art. So I would do art regardless. I guess I like the fact that I can interact with people while I'm doing my art. I think that brings something to the table that I never would have thought possible. Is like it helps me focus more by being distracted.
That's a great
I don't know if that makes
dichotomy.
any sense at all.
No, it does. It does. It's a fantastic dichotomy, and it makes sense because the artist's mind is unique in the world, right? And we live within that paradox. Is what I believe. I believe we live.
Yep.
Artists live within the abstract. And it's because we have these powerful imaginations that we can do that. We can live within that abstract paradox. And so that contradiction makes perfect sense. I love it.
Yep. So I think that might be my favorite part about streaming is being able to, for one, interact with awesome people that I meet every day, and then two, I get more production done with my art because of it. So.
So on that topic, what tips can you share with future streamers? People who might want to jump into this.
My first tip is, I've heard this a lot, don't feel like you need the perfect setup to start. Because I've heard that a lot from just tons of people everywhere, is that they feel like they have to have, because they see some of like us streaming now, like we have the triple cams going, we have 3 voices, we have all these cameras, all these angles, all the lighting, but you don't need that to start. Like I started on a box and a laptop on a couch, like with no camera, terrible audio. So I would say that's the first biggest tip, is just if you want to stream and you want to test the waters, just start. Put a basic setup somewhere where you can focus and just try it. And also, it's better not to invest a ton, because if you don't like streaming and it's not for you, then you just invested all that money into that equipment.
Right.
Because streaming is not for everybody. Another thing is, early on, I would say learn to read chat. That was a hard thing for me to learn, and I still fail regularly. I'm like, oh God, I missed like 10 messages.
Yeah.
But just the constant looking at chat, because that's what's going to create that interaction. And then I still don't do this, but I love streamers that do, is they somehow manage to talk when nobody else is talking.
Right.
That's a tricky one. I'm getting better at it. Like sometimes I'll catch myself having a conversation with myself now, but
Me too.
but that's something that I've found very helpful, and that I enjoy other streamers that do that as well.
I feel like we've gotten back on track, and the next question that I had was kind of answered. So if you want to jump back to you there, Druid, I believe we'll be back on track. This is a good one. We're finally getting into some really deep, interesting questions.
Oh God.
Yeah, we made it past the Twitch stuff, you know.
The Twitch stuff is fun though, especially with somebody.
It is fun. It is fun.
Like,
but, however,
this stuff is
these
better.
are the important things.
Yeah, this is the deep stuff. Mm-hmm.
Share the least interesting place you have traveled to.
Mm.
Not like the grocery store or any, you know.
Are we talking
like you actually had to
countries,
travel?
Cities?
Yeah, you had to travel to it.
Yeah.
You know.
You had to get in a vehicle or a plane or a train or whatever and like get there.
The most boring?
Yeah, least interesting.
Least interesting. You could take it as boring, whatever that means to you.
God, I've been to so many different states and countries. I'm not going to list a country though, because all the countries were way more exciting than the United States. Oh, I would say, to me, the least interesting place I've been, I guess, is Florida.
Okay, why? And why did you go on the trip there? You know, give us context.
So my grandma lived there, and I don't know. See, I'm not really answering the question right, because it's not that it wasn't interesting. I just very much disliked it. I've lived in Colorado my whole life. I like dry, hot, or dry, cold, and high altitude. So Florida destroyed me. I felt like I was dying the entire time I was there. Like I felt like everything was wet. It was so hot. You take a shower and you're still wet and you're still hot. You're in the AC, you're still wet and you're still hot. I remember this time where I'm sitting outside smoking, and a little lizard scurries by my feet, and I'm like, dude, how do you do this every day? I don't know why that stuck in my head, but I literally had a thought pattern with this lizard. Like, how do you do this, man? Like, I don't get it. And then it was just, I was with my grandma, so it was like, there's nothing really exciting going on. So,
yeah.
Getting to that story was exactly why we love that question, and we like to ask it to all of our interviewees.
Yep.
All right. This one shouldn't be too tough for you. How good are you at pool/billiards?
Terrible. I'm not terrible. I'd say I'm medium skilled. The stepson always kicks my ass though.
Do you like it? Do you have fun with it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I love it. Oh, I have my own pool stick.
Wow. How often do you guys go?
Well, until I started having to work all these stupid graveyard shifts, we went every Friday. It's like a bar right down the road. They have 8 pool tables, and so we each have our own pool cue that we bring with us, and We pay $10 for the table. We play as long as we want. But yeah, I usually get my ass kicked. Not to say that I don't do well, though, because if I was against another beginner, I would probably do better. But no, yeah, the stepson, he watches way too many videos and plays way too often.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Got any interesting
Yeah.
pool/billiard stories to relay with your pool adventures?
There was one time I almost cleared the table by myself.
Nice.
Wow.
I had my second drink and I did the break and I just kept one right after the other. I think I got us down to 2 balls.
Holy crap, that's amazing.
That was best time. And I think we ended up still losing though, because after that streak, the stepson just kicked our butts. But
Wow, he's that good.
But that was my proudest moment. And then other than that, since I'm tiny, I often have to like be on my tippy toe, leaning over the table because I can't reach things.
Tall are you?
5'2".
I am 5'2". I'm gonna say
I'm a little under 5'2". Okay.
Me too.
Let's-
5'1.5". Okay, 5'1.5". People assume I'm taller, and it's because of my hair. But yes,
No, I'm tiny, super tiny.
tiny.
Yeah. Yay, Druid. It's terrifying, Druid, how similar we are. Everything we keep saying, it's like, oh, I do that. Oh, I do that.
So you guys are the Tiny Top
My
Brigade?
left hip hurts too.
Yep, both of our left hips hurt all the time.
So you guys are like the Tiny Top Brigade?
Yes.
Yeah.
Squeaky.
Except it looks like Druid actually has muscles. I don't have any muscles.
Wow. Damn, that's pretty beefy.
It doesn't do anything.
I lift gallons of milk. I can hold 3 gallons of milk in each hand.
Jesus.
Actually, I got you matched because I can hold 3 windshield fluid jugs in my hand.
That is matched.
But it's my grip strength. It's not like these muscles.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I have to be careful because like I can like hold for like a short period of time. Like the muscles in my arms are fine, but my hand is messed up. So I have to be pretty careful.
I swear you guys are like Star Kitty too. Like when she's bringing the groceries in from the car, she just has this thing where she has to get all the bags in one go.
Yep, me too. Me too, Hulk it.
Right.
If all 3 of us get together, Stormy, you and my husband and Faye, you're never gonna see us 3 girls again.
Oh no.
It's gonna disappear.
You won't see us, but you'll hear us. For sure.
Oh, you'll hear us. Oh, you'll hear us.
5 blocks away.
Nice.
Ugh.
Oh, this is a fun one. To you, Druid.
Now,
Uh-oh.
what is the shortest job you have ever had?
Like the shortest time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it had to be when I was like 16.
Mhm.
It was a call center job, and I had to make 500 calls a day.
Ew.
Wow.
And it was like they offered tax lien help. So lien help, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we would try to tell them that we can reduce their lien, which I never believed in their services anyway. But so the thing is, so they'd give you a stack of leads every day. There'd be a stack of leads on your desk, and all the new people, you get the 5-6-year-old leads. And then all the experienced people, for some reason, they get all of the hot leads. So I'm sitting there cold calling 500 people a day, and my boss is walking around with a giant T-Rex bone like one of the props from the Halloween store, and if you're not dialing fast enough, he will come up behind you and whack the back of your chair and scream, "Dial the fucking phone!" He was a coke addict, but he would run around with this giant stick and beat things with it all freaking day.
Wow. And how long did you last at this terrible, terrible job?
I think it was about 6 months.
Holy crap! You can take a lot of. Oh my god!
I'm telling you, I stick it out. I've been in this shitty ass job for 8 years.
I don't know how you have that kind of tolerance. That's amazing. I would have lasted. As soon as he hit the back of my chair with that bone, I'd have been out the door.
Given it was in my partying days too, so I didn't really care too much. I was just making enough money to like make it. So, but yeah, no, I have pretty good tolerance. Doesn't mean I don't dream about strangling people. That's in my free time. I dream about strangling people.
Okay, here's a fun one. What is the weirdest sleeping dream you have ever had, and the weirdest place you have slept?
So wait, what was the first part?
The weirdest sleeping dream. You know, I qualify it by saying sleeping dream, because if I just say the weirdest dream, some people might think about what they're fantasizing about. I want to know what's the weirdest dream you've had while sleeping, an actual dream, and that you remember, obviously, and then, you know, and separately, what's the weirdest place you have slept?
Okay. It's hard for me to think of dreams because you guys know that I used to have lucid nightmares, or mostly lucid nightmares.
Ooh.
From when I was like 8 years old to 17-ish.
Wow.
And it was really weird because they were kind of paired with my migraines, which have actually mostly both gone away at this point.
That's good.
But,
that's yucky.
I'm trying to think of a more lighthearted one, and I don't really have a good one for you.
It's
so
okay
I'll describe how they made me feel, though. So the reason I say they were semi-lucid is because they would feel so real that when I wake up, I would still feel like I was in the dream. But I would be locked into the dream in my own mind, so I would have trouble waking up from them. And then when I did all the sleep studies that I did, they gave me pills that messed me up even more. So I wouldn't sleep for 72 hours or more because I was so afraid to go to sleep.
Wow.
And then I wouldn't take the meds because they would knock me out too much, so I couldn't wake up. So that was a whole thing. And then I would have like these ghost images like appear in my vision when I'm awake because of those dreams and my lack of sleep on top of that.
Oh wow.
So I would like if I dreamt, I have this one where I had this it was kind of like a stalker dude from some bad experiences in my past. But I would see him in the corners of my room all the time.
Oh, wow. And,
then I would not know if I was still asleep or if I was awake.
That's wild.
That's wild. So
I'm so glad I don't have those anymore because it was, yeah. I think that's part of the reason I did so many drugs when I was younger is because I was trying to eliminate that.
Right. Yeah, and we're glad that you don't have them either.
Total sense.
You said you did a sleep study. Does that mean that you've slept in unusual places then?
No, so they gave me things to take home with me that would monitor my sleep patterns. But of course, they ended up being inconclusive because nobody ever gave me a definite reason. Same with my migraines. Nobody ever could tell me the amount of doctors that I went to and the amount of times that I was in the hospital. No answers. No one ever gave me any answers. But eventually I just started not taking the meds anymore because nobody knew what was going on, and then the meds just messed me up more. So
do you have an unusual place that you've fallen asleep then?
What qualifies as unusual?
I mean, that's up to you. How do you interpret the question? If you want, I can give you an example from my past that might help spark an idea or memory.
Yeah.
So there was one time in my life where I was out with. I once fell. I don't want to go into the details of it, but I once fell asleep with my head hanging out the vehicle window with it raining outside.
Okay.
I just was so exhausted. I'm just lying there with my head, the window's open, my head's lying up there, and the rain's just coming on, and it just relaxed. I don't know, I fell asleep, like that. So, what's something similar? Not exactly, but
Sorry, Drew, go ahead.
I was gonna say I could also give you an example. I have fallen asleep in little because I used to go out and make little forts in the woods, and then I would go sleep in, and then I would end up taking naps out there in them. So that's another
That's so cool.
place I've slept is random forts that I've built in the woods.
The only two strange places that I can think about is falling asleep in a meth house or a park bench tripping balls.
Gripping balls?
Tripping balls.
What? Oh, tripping balls.
Tripping.
Okay, I see what you mean. I thought you meant you're holding on to a ball sack. I'm like, scratching my head on that one. I'm like, I was like, all right, who stuck their testes into your hand while you were sleeping?
Oh my God. Yeah.
I just want to say, hold on a second. Give me 1 second. My mother is summoning me, but I just wanted to say really quick.
Cool. Thank you for blocking that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll get back on track. We'll just keep asking questions.
I was just gonna say, I understand migraines though. I get them. I get them too, and I get them when I'm super stressed out, and for me, I'll start getting those little eye floaties that go across my vision, and then it will just start. Then the pain will start to flood, and then it's the weirdest experience.
Yeah. See, mine was that I would get like you said, the eye things, and then I would stop being able to read. The letters disappear.
Yep.
As you read them
together.
Yep. And then my hands would go numb, and the numbness would roll up my arms and down my body and then into my face. And then I wouldn't be able to talk. I can't move my tongue. I can't open and close my hands. And then I get really nauseous and I keep throwing up, even if there's nothing to throw up.
Yuck.
And then the pain in the head. And then I start screaming because, usually when I got migraines, I had to end up going to the hospital because I would be in so much pain and nothing helped. And yeah,
so there's been there's studies that show that migraines are stimulate and are stimulated in the same way that seizures are.
Interesting. So new reveals in medical science. Interesting. Just goes to show how much we don't know, there's still
yeah.
And
like I said, they never gave me a reason behind it. They couldn't pinpoint why I got them. I say it had something to do with my braces. And the teeth that they pulled. I have 4 big spaces because they pulled 4 of my teeth. They said I didn't have room in my mouth for them, even though they grew like that. Whatever. But I had full braces and 2 bars and bands. And it was excruciating in my mouth 24/7. And I did have migraines before the braces, but I think it escalated them after I had those braces. And they started de-escalating once they got taken off.
Well, we're glad that you're mostly through all that in your lives, both of you. Onto a more lighthearted topic, Druid.
Stormy's like, please no. So how long have you been doing art for?
How long have you been an artist?
Oh, an artist.
Yes, there's a difference between doing art and being an artist, and she is absolutely an artist.
Correct.
Sorry to correct you there, Druid.
No, you're right. You're right. The thing is, like, I'm not an artist, so like I always forget there is a difference.
I would say, well, I'll answer both. Doing art, I've been doing art my entire life. I would say I considered myself an artist, maybe around 12 or 13. And I mean, that's literally all I did in school was draw. I didn't do school.
Is that why you make the distinction at that time?
I would say I make the distinction because I started drawing all the time at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So before it was more just, as a kid, like you do art with, like, I did art with my parents, did art at school, stuff like that. But on my own terms, I would say I actually started consistently drawing around like 12 or 13. And then I ignored all of my classes and just sat there and drew all day, every day in class.
Right on, right on. Okay.
That's what it did with writing.
Right? So, Artology, are you excited about your new job? And please tell us about it. What's it going to be?
I am so excited. My 2 main points of excitement is no on-call and no graveyards.
Can you share with us what the job will be? What are you doing?
Yeah, so I'm going to be an inventory control specialist for a new Home Depot warehouse. It's a 31-minute drive away.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be working so Thursdays are optional, but I'll be working Thursdays 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. And then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'll be doing 6 a.m. to 6:30 p.m., so 12-hour shifts. The extra 30 minutes on there is because lunch isn't paid.
Right, lunch break, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
Okay.
And basically, I will be just helping run inventory for the warehouse. So I'll be doing inventory counts, making sure deliveries are being delivered properly and with the correct quantities, and then our outbound, when we load the trucks, that we're loading the proper stuff in the trucks. And with this company, there is high room for advancement. My manager told me her story. In 3 years, she's been promoted 5 times.
Wow, that's awesome.
And each promotion comes with a pay raise. So I already have that managerial attitude. So I figure that there's growth
That's
available. Awesome. My husband works the same job, except he's a forklift driver. So we won't really see each other at the warehouse, but we'll be working the exact same shift. So we can carpool to work every day, take breaks, take lunch together. The warehouse, they have a pool table, they have TVs, couches.
Wow.
They have a lunchroom where they have keep it stocked with fresh food all the time too.
Cool.
So yeah, it seems
That's
really
awesome.
And everybody in that building, when I went for my interview, every single person I seen in there was smiling.
Wow. That's
even the security guard.
The
security guard was happy to see me.
That's cool. See, that's such an underrated.
That right there means so much to me, that every single person I saw was smiling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And everybody said hi to everybody. Everybody was having a good time. Yeah, they're ready to work, but everybody was happy. I want that.
It is so underrated.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously is. Because I haven't seen, you walk into a 7-Eleven, how often are people, hey, how old are you?
Yeah. Yeah.
They're like, hate my life, hate my job. Yeah. So I'm excited.
Customer service.
Yeah.
So
I get
Druid gets the next question. I think this is a great one. I can't wait to hear your responses to these questions. These are good.
What is your favorite medium for creating art? And then what
Paint.
is your least favorite? Okay.
What was that?
Paint is your favorite.
I missed it. What?
Paint.
Paint. Okay.
Paint.
So, like,
Acrylic paint.
Thank you. I was going to be like, I actually know that there's different types of paint somehow. Acrylic.
Acrylic paint. Yep.
And your least favorite?
Charcoal.
Why for both?
Okay, so acrylic. So as you guys know, I started doing digital when I first started streaming, and yes, I love digital because it's great for merchandise, emote design, stuff like that, branding, website design, all that kind of stuff. It's great for on the graphic design front. But there was a day where I picked up a canvas that I had sitting around, and I painted on that canvas, and I had the realization how much I miss canvas and pens and markers and paint on an actual physical thing.
Yeah.
And I'm having trouble actually going back to digital sometimes because I love the feel of actually doing the art with my hands.
Wow.
I mean, I guess I'm doing the art with my hands for digital too, but with a physical medium.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different. You get to, it's that you have the, well, and this is me from the outside looking in. You know, my husband being an artist, his medium is also acrylic. It's fascinating to watch the thought process, and I can see like the actual physical feel of the paint going onto the canvas. You can control that. You know, it's so much more visceral is the correct term. Thank you, Nerdthagoras. Thank you. You know, it is I can see why.
Yeah, and something else that might surprise people is one thing I missed while doing digital that I didn't realize I missed is making mistakes. If that makes any sense to anybody, I miss making mistakes because the thing with physical art is you make a mistake, and often, like especially if it's in a permanent medium, if you make a mistake, you got to figure out how to work with that mistake. You can't just make that mistake go away.
You can't erase it.
You have to figure out how to
integrate
adapt the piece
to
that mistake and make that mistake a part of the piece and still love the piece.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. You got to find a way to integrate it and let the art become what it's meant to be. And sometimes those mistakes are happy accidents, right?
Yep. And I'd say every single piece that I ever do, every single one of them has things that I would call mistakes in them, but I grow to love them anyway.
So why is charcoal your least favorite medium?
The sound.
Oh. Kind of like chalk. You're like,
that's exactly how I feel right there.
And it was immediately like you said, the sound, and then like I felt it in my teeth.
I just
Is it like fingernails on a chalkboard kind of sound? Is that it?
And there's actually two incredible streamers that I watch that use charcoal regularly. They are incredible, and their art just blows me away because especially with charcoal, it's a less precise medium.
Right.
And the amount of detail that some of these charcoal artists can do, photorealistic art with charcoal is incredible to me.
Oh yeah.
I have trouble watching their streams though because I hear the
sound.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
In my brain, like, okay, so there's this one particular, so not very many people are going to understand the concept of the sound, but there may be one or two of you that do. There's a metal rack with a metal tray, and you just slide that metal tray. That's the exact same icky sound. As like that.
I know that exact sound from my work. Is that metal on metal?
And you just pull it just the wrong way, so you like get in the habit of like half lifting it as you pull it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you lift it up a little bit before you
Mhm,
pull it out so you
mhm,
don't get the
mhm.
drag. Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I'm sound sensitive, guys, to particular sounds.
You know what my husband's is crinkling paper.
Wow,
Really?
that's a tough one.
Yeah, like if you ball up paper,
Right.
he hates that noise.
Interesting.
Interesting.
I'm trying to think. I don't know if
I could see why.
I don't. I gotta admit, I'm that when I was in school, I was that. I mean, you know, people liked me because I make them laugh and stuff in school and everything. I had lots of friends, but I was still that annoying comedic guy in your class who would go up and, and do that on the chalkboard just to freak people out because it doesn't bother me at all.
So, yeah, so I can't handle certain sounds, but like I'm the person that everybody asks me to pull the slimy, gross, like whipped cream covered.
Me too. Why?
I can so like that physical textures of like soggy fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can. I'm the one that's like, fine, I'll stick my hand in there. Why are you wasting your time with the tiny spoon? Just stick your hand in there, grab it, and throw it away.
We have at my current job we have horchata in the soda machine, which has milk in it,
Mm-hmm.
and it goes down this drain into like a drain tube into the drain.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I cannot get any of my freaking employees to pull out the giant milk slug that occurs.
Oh.
And so I got to go in and pull this giant milk slug out of the freaking drain. And you can't like use anything to get it out. You have to grab that bitch
Yeah,
and
just stick your hand in there and pull it. Yep.
all congealed, slimy milk slug.
Yeah. I can handle that. But just that little tiny sound
Yep.
can literally crumble me.
All right, so we're getting to the last two questions. These are funsies kind of questions. I think actually the last question I already know the answer to, but I'm curious to see for sure. And while I'm thinking about it, we forgot to do this earlier. Let me quickly, or actually, you know what? Dagoth, if you're there, can you grab Artology's link to her Twitch stream and post it in chat? We normally do that before we even start the questions, and we meant to do that. So can someone do that for us, please, so we can definitely. So, what?
Sorry, I'm having a bonding moment with Pythagoras right now.
When you have a knife squeaking as you cut meat on plate. Oh wow, yeah. All right, so, all right. Serious question, super important.
So this is like one of the most important questions on here. So please, absolutely be ready.
Got to be honest.
And now I can't take either of you seriously.
Yeah. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Yes.
Why?
I was about to say something so stupid. Cake is too cakey.
I love that answer.
The thing is, I completely know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep.
And just pie is just
I guess the
superior.
bread. I guess I don't know, like because cake is essentially like a sweet bread. Like it's just too much thick,
It's just
dry fluffiness. Like
yeah.
whereas like give me a coconut cream pie. Oh my god, I'm gonna smash that pie.
Chocolate cream pie.
Right.
Huh?
Chocolate cream pie.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm partial to
Pumpkin pie?
cherry pie and pumpkin pie myself, but
I make a mean pumpkin pie and apple pie.
Ooh, apple pie egg rolls. Just saying.
What?
Yes, you get egg roll wrappers. You make a pumpkin pie filling, except you dice the apples a lot finer, and then like you pan fry all that apple pie filling, and then you fill the egg roll wrappers. Then you pan fry it, then roll it cinnamon sugar.
Did you say pumpkin?
Why is this the first time I'm ever hearing of this? I'm offended.
Well,
I'm offended by life right now.
I have blessed you with some knowledge today.
Wait a
Not that I
minute.
have time to make that.
You
but
said something about pumpkin pie filling in this recipe?
No, apple pie.
Oh, apple pie recipe. Okay.
you could probably make pumpkin ones though too.
Yeah, you probably could.
Or cherry
make
ones.
Pumpkin mousse.
Ooh,
cherry,
cherry
yeah.
ones. It's like those cherry pies that McDonald's used to have probably before you guys were born.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though. Actually.
Yes, lemon pie. The chat is raving about lemon pie. Yes. Yes, lemon pie.
All right. So just so you know, before we ask the last question, we reserve the last 15 to 20 minutes or so to open up the floor to folks in chat to ask us questions, and for you to ask us questions if you have any for us related to the chat today. So with that having said, last question of the day goes to Druid.
Beer or cigarettes?
Cigarettes.
I'm going to share a little piece of information that I don't share with the internet usually.
Uh-oh.
This is going to
snap.
blow Stormy's mind, probably.
Uh-oh.
I am also a cigarette smoker.
What?
So I understand.
Right now?
I knew that.
Like you're still a smoker?
Yeah.
Oh.
I've cut back a lot. An insane amount. I used to be a 2-pack-a-day smoker.
Oh.
Doc says beer. We know Doc. Or I know at least.
How often do you smoke?
I try to limit myself to 6 a day.
Wow. You did blow my mind.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so sad. What did your lungs ever do to you guys to make you hate them so much?
I love my lungs.
It was a bad. I started at 15. Yeah.
I think I started around then too.
I'm kidding. I'm not going to judge you guys.
I know.
You all know that, and yeah. Well, that's an interesting factoid. Thank you for sharing.
I'll give you this, Stormy. I'll give you the same thing my mom has. She gets to tell me to stop smoking once a month.
but like, here's the thing. It doesn't matter you got to be ready to stop when you want to stop, right? It doesn't matter what everybody else thinks or when they, what they want or anything. Mm-hmm. It's got to be your decision. I literally
have zero desire to stop, so.
Yeah.
Now, some days I question my drinking, though. I should, yeah. That's a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
Yep.
Like I said, no judgment here. But yeah, thank you for sharing.
Why are we talking about cigarettes? Because now I want to smoke. Thanks, Stormy.
You're welcome.
Thanks,
I guess I shouldn't have asked that, put that on the list. Or maybe we should, all right, maybe instead, pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Welcome to the club.
So when I was younger, that's what we always ordered from Papa John's. Papa John's?
Yeah, that sounds right.
It sounds right. Mm-hmm. Papa John's or Papa Murphy's?
Papa Murphy's, maybe. I don't.
Is it the one that you bring home? You take home and bake?
Yeah.
That's Papa Murphy's.
It's not Papa John's.
Murphy's.
Papa John's that you never make them yourself. Yeah.
No. Okay. Yeah. So Papa Murphy's, we used to get, and this is when I was younger, so unfollowed Banana Tom says. We used to get, and this is when I was younger, so I still, my parents still had me eating chicken. So we'd get margarita style pizza with chicken, pineapple, and something else. There's something else on it too. But there was always pineapple on it, so I just grew up with pineapple on pizza. So to me, it's normal.
Right on. Okay, so here's where
Drew's disturbed at the thought of pineapple.
I just genuinely don't like pineapple at all.
Right.
Oh, that's fine.
So just having it on pizza just makes it worse.
Yeah, so I totally get that. If you don't like pineapple, I can't stand beets. Like if you put beets on my pizza, I would shoot you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not really. I wouldn't shoot you, but I would
wow,
what is this?
Stormy. Wow.
with one of those rubber band guns.
Right, that kind of shooting, yes. Or a water gun.
Yeah.
But no, all right. So now we're in that part of the show where while our guests are thinking of questions to ask you, do you have any questions that you want to throw our way?
I'm terrible at asking questions.
That's okay. You don't have to. I just thought we'd see. Arcturus hates mushrooms, and Dark Diaz doesn't like pineapple because he doesn't like the mix of flavors. I can sort of get that.
Yeah, I'm a weird one. I like combining like spicy and sweet.
Mm-hmm.
No, that one's a good one.
I agree.
Or
Yep.
like savory and sweet. Like it's always been that way.
Mhm.
I used to make really weird combinations of things.
Oh, Nerdthagrius says, have you ever tried being artistic in different ways, like music?
Or
So
writing. Or writing, or any other medium. Yeah.
Well, music in particular. My mom's a professional musician.
Oh wow.
So I can play probably about 40 songs on harp. I also have a clarinet.
So I have a question for you.
Band.
So
Yeah.
you said your mom's a professional musician. You mean like she plays in front of an audience?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And she's afraid that people are going to try and hunt you down? Like, isn't that a disconnect?
I think it's a weird internet barrier. Like, I guess, I don't know. But yeah, no, she plays in ballets, symphonies. She used to be an instructor, and she makes her own instrument covers.
That is amazing.
That's so cool.
Wow.
So
No,
yeah,
what-
she's a pro. I have a mini harp.
Oh wow.
I'll be right back.
Okay. So
Pixie's mom is a legend.
Yes.
I know everybody wants my mom to start streaming.
I don't know. To me, Pixie, you're our legend. So you know, I don't. I mean, I'm sure your mom is cool and all, but I can't wait to see what the future holds for you. I'm more excited about it. Mm-hmm.
Archeros, hands down, it's this guy that streams and hand carves everything, and he has this dog named Loki, and he's pretty freaking amazing. I don't know if you know him.
So to clarify for the YouTube folks, one of our folks in chat asked, "Who is your favorite wood carver on Twitch?" Asking for a friend, and that was
I
her
was
answer.
referring to Archeros. Yep.
Right.
And I'm saying Archeros is my favorite woodworker.
You're referring to him.
His dog's named Loki. Hold on 1 second.
Uh-oh. Looks like she has an important phone call right in the middle of our interview. Ooh, cool. Hopefully it's something good.
Getting called into work.
Oh, she can say, "Nah, I'm good." Maybe it was her boss saying, "I got your."
Guys, give me like 20 seconds. I'll be right back.
Okay.
So sorry.
It's all right. Yeah,
That was funny. We heard him for briefly a second, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. Maybe her old boss, or maybe her husband. Something important, like obviously. You know?
Yeah. But
I can't wait to ask this question that Dark Diaz asked her when she gets back. So,
yeah, that's
did
a good
you
one.
take care of what you needed to take care of there, Druid?
Yes.
Awesome.
Sorry.
No.
My mom is leaving for the weekend, and she's just like, and I'm like, okay, just, timing.
Doc Martin says we're used to this in her stream. Yeah, it's not. I mean, you probably wouldn't catch this on David Letterman or whatever those, or what's
Yeah,
the?
we're just it is what it is.
Yeah.
sorry, the husband has jury duty next week, I think, and he needed the juror number to call.
Oh, that is kind of an emergency. I get you. Oh, that's rough. I feel for him. Yuck.
Well, the stepson missed his juror call.
Oh no.
He forgot about it.
Honestly, it's very rare when they have the time and resources to enforce that stuff.
Yeah.
So.
Especially in my county, they don't care about hardly anything. So.
So there was a question from Dark Diaz. It's a good one. He asks, what is one of the most important source of inspirations for you, like artists or music?
That's a really challenging question for me because I get random inspiration from life. Now because of the amount of acid I took when I was younger, I see things in a different way. Like I still see pictures, like you know how the pictures are in Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
I still see pictures like Harry Potter pictures sometimes. Like I look at a picture and it turns into a scene.
Neato.
If that makes sense.
Neato. No wonder you want to play the Harry Potter game, Hogwarts.
Yeah, no, like the pictures that are in the Harry Potter movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if I see colors extra vibrantly now or if I just get inspired from color, but I would say brilliant colors in life is a big source of inspiration.
Excuse me. Druid.
What's your favorite color?
That's a great question.
Black. No.
I would accept that answer.
I will not. As a fellow artist, black is not a color, is the absence of light. I want to hear the truth.
So to me, it's blue, purple, and green. I can't
choose between those.
Blue, purple, green.
Right.
Yeah, that's everything that I have in my life is blue, purple, or green.
Well, that's hilarious. No wonder you like Druid in Star Kitty and I so much. I love purple, Star Kitty loves blue, and Druid loves green.
Oh my God, that's perfect. Yep.
We are the conglomeration of your favorite colors.
Yep. You are. I didn't even think about that. And then my headset is green, purple, and blue on the inside.
Nerdthagurus, technically you're right when you're talking about paint, right? Black is actually made by accumulation of multiple colors, paint and other physical mediums. But if you're talking about physics, like light through prism and stuff like that, true black is the absence of light, which means there is no color in true black in outer space. So two different kind of ways of looking at it, I suppose. I don't know why I got
black and white. Black and white are unique because in the light spectrum, it's different from the pigment spectrum.
Right. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yeah.
I want your hot take on the Vanta Black 3.0 shenanigans.
Too goddamn expensive. I ain't got money for that. But I have seen, and I'm gonna say this real quick. Moco Made, I'm on their stream team. Devin, she's a painter, and she used the black, and it is pretty damn awesome. But it's so expensive that it's like, is it really worth getting that deep black color? Or do you accept that the average paint is already pretty black, So right. Is it really worth that extra money to get that effect? Now, what I do really want from, I think it is Vanta as well, the mirror paint. Mirror paint. So it has a reflection to it.
Oh wow, neato.
But it's a bottle like this big for $30.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
So also too damn expensive. I ain't got money for that. Like even this stuff that I have, it's a color shift paint. But this is already like $8 for this tiny little bottle, and this is already at the top of my expense line. Like I don't want to pay so much for such a little amount of paint. Right,
for sure. You got to be efficient with this new business / lifestyle that you're building. You're starting out wise, like you said. Started with a laptop on a box, and you just keep adding on, right?
Yep. Yeah. And I must say, guys, I just got a text message. I got accepted into FanCon.
What does that mean?
What is that?
Congratulations. So like, what does that mean?
Yeah,
Can you explain more? I don't know what FanCon is, and I really
So
I'm like
Fan Expo is a Comic-Con in the Denver Convention Center.
Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna have a booth at Comic-Con, guys.
That's freaking amazing. Is that in your home state? In your home city
Yep.
or whatever? Wow. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
I'm hyped today, guys, and it's a 3-day show. So I get to be at this place for 3 days. I think they said over like 30,000 people are projected
Holy
to
crap.
visit this event.
That's going to be huge
Yeah.
exposure for you. Man, that's fantastic. Congrats.
yes.
I'm winning all
Yeah.
around.
You should maybe find some moment to stream some of that, or at least record it.
Yeah, I will try, and it's in June, so
June, right on.
I've only been waiting 7 months to hear back about it, and they already have $350 of my money. So
Wow.
Yeah. We're gonna have to plan to have you back on so you can talk about your experience there.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I also have a show in May too. It's a smaller one though. It's like a more of a local craft show. But
Okay.
Nice. I'm excited for Fate to start doing more art stuff.
I keep telling him, when do I get a Fate art stream?
Right.
And I really like my hope is that like he gets like integrated with like the art people, and then he gets way more inspired to do the art stuff, because like I mean, look at how cool his stuff is.
Mm-hmm.
I love Fate's art.
I agree
so much.
I love it enough that I bought some. You remember the stream upstairs that I had on my wall? It's wonderful.
Yeah. So I'm really excited that he has somebody like you to look up to, you know, to be inspired by, and I'm really thankful and really excited for that. So thank you.
Agreed. Yes. Did you hear that?
Yes.
Use blood cheaper.
Oh my God.
What?
Did you hear that? They just made me jump.
No.
Spaz was standing right here, and he... Stop barking! Mother of God.
Well,
he made me jump.
This is actually a perfect I guess the dogs are telling us, oh, it's time to wrap up the show, because this is about when we normally do. So one more time, I just want to say thank you so much for joining us, Artology. We adore you, and you're amazing and talented, and we can't wait to have you on again someday.
Thank you guys so much.
We are so proud of you and the growth that you have made. Being able to watch you go from getting comfortable and getting started, and then watching you
explode,
make it to affiliate, and then you just exploded from there, and you've just been riding that wave, and we are just so incredibly proud of you. We are so excited and inspired by you. So just keep going, dude. I'm so stoked.
You guys too.
Oh yeah. We're building each other up.
We are on this journey together. We are on this journey together.
Lifting each other up. Look at the glowing dog. He's gone now. He was so cool looking.
They walk in the light, and then they turn colorful.
It was awesome. All right. Well, we're gonna switch back to the Druid and I screen. Thanks again for joining us, Artology, and you have a wonderful
we gotta
day.
talk about Diablo, because I might want to get in on that.
All right, so hang on the channel then. Don't hang up. Just kind of mute yourself while we wrap up the show, and we can chat more about that, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you guys. For anybody that's in my channel chat, I will be streaming later, so
right on.
I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Right on.
And
thank you guys.
If you don't follow Artology, you should be following Artology. If you're not already following Artology, you should follow Artology and buy her stuff.
Yeah,
thank you.
That's right. Public service announcement from Druid IRL.
Yes.
All right. Oh, wow. Druid, it was wonderful having her on the show. Good. I'm so happy.
Yeah. I just, she's so great.
I know. She's wonderful. Like I said, I'm super excited to have her on the next time in the future. Can you hear about her adventures at Comic-Con and stuff? Man, if it were closer, I would go.
I know.
Can you imagine one day in the future when a TwitchCon is somewhere in the middle between all of us and we can all make it happen and come get together? That would be amazing.
That would be so cool.
Yeah.
It would be insane. I want that. I want that so bad.
Punchy Patrick Cat said he's going to unfollow just so he can follow you again. So silly. Don't do that. Just keep following her. All right. Well, everyone, thank you again for joining us for this another amazing episode of Bandwidth and Banter. And just to give you all a heads up, we're going to have another Normally we have shows in between guest appearances, right? Normally we do our TTRPG chat, but next Friday I'm going to have another friend of the channel on. Spud Solutions is queued up and lined up, so can't wait to share him with you guys, and it's going to be a blast as always. Thanks again. Druid and I and Star Kitty are going to be on Diablo 4 tonight, and it's going to be a blast. Druid, we're doing the Diablo 4 streaming all weekend, so check us out. Thanks again. We love you all. Have a good one.